a little tea kettle right next to me. And I thought I would go ahead and get the water started and talk you through which types of tea I have for you today. Alright, so just turned on the kettle, and I have 4 different types of tea for you. That is the kettle now in the background a little bit. Just going off. The first type I have for you is a black tea. And it is called Peppermint Peak. I really like Celestial Seasonings. Especially now that the cultist that was in the group left, so now I can support them without even worrying about anything. Found out about that recently. There's a really good Illuminati documentary on that if you want to know. She's very irritating. But yeah, this one is Peppermint Peak. It's very, very good. The flavor profile is much more peppermint than anything else, but it has a nice splash of vanilla in there. It's very tasty. So let me list this off for you. What is in it? It contains caffeine. Black tea almost has as much as coffee. The ingredients are black tea, peppermint, natural peppermint flavors with other natural flavors, cinnamon, milk thistle, blackberry leaves, roasted carob, roasted chicory, and vanilla bean. I find it odd that the vanilla comes out so strong. Vanilla bean is the last ingredient. Same thing with the roasted carob and chicory. You definitely do get this nice sweet undertone to the tea. So Peppermint Peak is definitely an option. The next one is Wild Berry Singer. For some reason that package is vertical, the rest of these are horizontal. And this is a caffeine-free herbal tea, so it's really good for people who don't like a lot of excess caffeine. I drink 3 cups of coffee in the morning, so most of the rest of the day I'm doing something caffeine-free like this. So if you're not looking for a boost, this might be a good option. Along with the other 2 I will tell you are caffeine-free as well. The ingredients for this one are hibiscus, rose hips, roasted chicory, orange peel, blackberry leaves, natural flavors of black raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, red raspberries, cranberries, and cherries with other natural flavors and citric acid. So yeah, this one definitely has a lot more of a zing, definitely. It's a lot more tart and a lot sweeter. It's much more of just a berry flavor. But I would probably say I think that the cherry and blueberry come through a lot more with this one than anything else, and the hibiscus is very, very apparent in the tea. It's naturally sweet. Most of these are, except for probably the Peppermint Peak. But if you're somebody that just likes a good vanilla flavor and doesn't need sweetness, that's a very good option, as is the wild berry if you do like sweetness. It sounds like the kettle is boiling. So we'll be ready here very soon. Let me show you the next tea. So the next tea is cinnamon apple spice, another herbal tea, caffeine free. And obviously, as you can see here, it's telling you exactly what the flavor is going to be. roasted chicory, natural cinnamon and apple flavors with other natural flavors, orange peel, and roasted carob. The chicory definitely makes this sweet being a little bit higher on the list. This is probably the sweetest one out of all of them. The cinnamon and apple definitely come through, and I guess a little bit of a story time with this particular one. I went keto, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and during that time I couldn't have anything really that was sweet. I don't recommend keto for anyone, to be honest. It should have been a good fit for me because I have PCOS, but no, that did not work. It was not good. I was very sick. The reason I even lost weight is because I got sick so much. And I was very lethargic. And no, I didn't do it wrong or not calculate the carbs wrong or anything like that. It just doesn't work for a lot of people, like many different types of diets. So, but I drank this like crazy because I couldn't really have anything sweet except for that they were called fat bombs. It was coconut oil and chocolate. And I could barely even stomach them because they were too rich, but I drank this like crazy. I was having like 10 cups of this a day, which there's nothing wrong with that really because it's not something that has like licorice root in it where it could cause any damage. But I definitely recommend this one, especially during the fall months and winter as well. It's very sweet and very nice, and the apple flavor comes through like crazy. And on to the last one. So this has actually been my favorite tea for a very long time. And one of my old work friends, who was an absolute sweetheart, was also hers as well. So I always get a little nostalgic, nice little squeeze of affection whenever I drink this, just because of that. It's another herbal tea. It's very good. The hibiscus comes through a lot in this one, and it's kind of telling you on the cover exactly what flavors you're going to be getting. The ingredients for this one are hibiscus, rose hips, roasted chicory, there's the chicory again, orange peel, blackberry leaves, natural raspberry flavor with other natural flavors, and raspberry leaves. So it is very, very flavored. It's very tart. This one, I would say, is much more tart than the other ones. If you're somebody who really likes, I would say, like lemon meringue or anything like that, if tart sweetness is your thing, this is absolutely a winner. It is fantastic. I love raspberries. They're probably one of my favorite fruits. So this one has been fantastic for years. But yeah, all of these are good, but I would say this would probably be my fave, and probably the one that I would pick if I were you. But I've gone over the 4 types, the peppermint peak, the wild berry singer, the cinnamon apple spice, and the raspberry singer, and I can very much hear that the water is boiling, so we're gonna have your tea here in a second. But do you know which one you're gonna pick? Ooh, okay. So you're going for the cinnamon apple spice, which makes sense considering, again, it's very cold. Very, very cold. This is a new box as well. Also, I don't know if you knew, but with Celestial Seasonings, they always have just a tiny little, excerpt that is right on the inside of the lid. So this one says, cinnamon has been literally treasured for centuries. In fact, it was worth more than gold in ancient Egypt. And as somebody who buys specifically Saigon cinnamon, yeah, that seems very true to me. If you like a very sweet cinnamon, Saigon is just the best. It's a little wee bit more expensive, but I think it's worth it. I also always recommend using 2 bags with most of these if you want the most out of the flavor. So, got your little mug ready here. Now, show this. You saw it at the beginning of the video. And now here it is in its full glory. It was a gnome the entire time. He was just hiding. But yeah, I thought I would make you a nice steaming cup of tea on this very cold day. In my favorite mug, to be quite honest. Can't be microwaved though, so if I forget my tea for a bit, it's a little bit of an inconvenience. And I got to show off some of my favorite teas to you as well. Obviously, this is any type that's bagged. If it's anything that's loose tea, this would be an absolute mess, so we're not going to mess with that, right? But I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this video. The whispers, the boiling water in the background, maybe just a little bit of the tapping here as well. I just thought this would be a nice, cozy little roleplay, especially since, you know, I have a lot of subscribers that are in the Northern Hemisphere, so I know a lot of you are probably getting just a bit chilly, like I am as well. So I thought this would be a nice little comfort for you all. But I hope you're doing so absolutely well out there, and you stay well, and you stay safe. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic, wonderful, beautiful day, night, or whatever, whenever you're watching this one.